Today's mini lesson is titled Subject Pronouns. However, that's a very formal title to what I want to show you today. So today we will talk about subjects and verbs. A subject and verb makes up a sentence. You've heard that before, you know that. And then we will talk about subject pronouns, which are he, she, you, we, they, and it. We will specifically look at the word it in sentences because it is often forgotten. And I will show you a couple of examples of sentences that I see really often that are not correct. And we'll talk a little bit about why I think some of those mistakes happen. So first, as I said, we would talk about subjects and verbs. So rule number one that you need to know for this mini lesson is that a sentence is complete if you have a subject and a verb. If you don't have a subject, if you don't have a verb, you probably don't have a sentence. So the subject is what your story or your conversation is all about. Your sentence specifically, your subject will be a person, place, or thing. It's a noun. Your verb is the action. What is the noun doing? So those two pieces make up your sentence. Now, let's take a sporting event, for example. How about soccer, for example? If you have a star player in the game and that star player needs to come out, what happens? Well, you need somebody to go back in, right? If that star player's hurt or needs a break, whatever, you need somebody to go back in. We call that a substitute or a sub. You put another player in. Today's lesson, I want to show you that when we take a subject or the main subject out of the sentence, we have to put something back in to continue the conversation. So let's look at a good example. Take a look. I'll read it also. Stephen plays soccer every Thursday. Stephen is the goalie. Stephen is very talented. Stephen hopes to play soccer one day in college. On Saturday, Stephen has a soccer tournament. We say Stephen 5 times. We know Stephen is the subject. We know he's the main person or the main noun in our entire story, our entire conversation. But look at this as a second example about Stephen. I'll read this one too. Stephen plays soccer every Thursday. He is the goalie and he is very talented. He hopes to play soccer in college one day. On Saturday, he has a soccer tournament. So we said Stephen in the first sentence so that our reader knows we're talking about Stephen. After that, we pull Stephen out and we substitute in he. He is the subject pronoun. He is still the subject, but instead of saying Stephen, we're going to say he. You can probably hear that the second example using he is easier to hear. It doesn't sound as funny to say Stephen in every sentence. It looks clearer, right? Because you don't see Stephen 5 times. It's easier to process, easier to read, faster to read because he is quick, a quick word. And it's still correct. But what I often see is a student might use the word Stephen or say the game or my class or something as a subject, but they take it out in the next sentence and they don't replace it with a subject pronoun. He, she, it, they, we, you. So let's see a couple of examples. Here's the first. Do you see the mistake? I am from Brazil, have 2 kids. We don't know who is being talked about as having kids. Is it the person talking, I am from Brazil, I have 2 kids? Or I am from Brazil, my sister has 2 kids? We don't know. We need a subject, and we can use a subject pronoun here. We can use I. Take a look at the correct answer. Let's look at a second example. Does this sentence look correct, or these 2 sentences? Do they look correct? Sound correct? If you read them out loud, are they right? No. The first one is correct. It's fine the way that it is. Maria is buying a new car. But the second one is red. What's red? Is Maria red? Is the car red? Is something else red? We don't know. We need a subject in that sentence. So, in this case, we are talking about the car. We can say, Maria is buying a new car. The car is red. Or we can just say it. It is red. So in these examples, do you see when you read it, or do you hear it when I say it or when you say it, the mistakes that are being made? Can you hear or see that we are missing the subject? Even if we say Maria is buying a new car, Maria got a new job, and Maria wants to buy a new house, we can still say Maria 3 times. We either need Maria, or we need she, or we need it, or they. Whatever it is, we need a subject there, whether it's the proper noun, the regular noun, or the pronoun. So I hope this is helpful for you. Please let me know if you have questions. Leave a thumbs up, or you can also post your questions or your example sentences below, and I can help you there as well. Bye.